Hey buds. So operation number one for the chair zero, which is not what you should do, but I'll tell you about it anyway, is okay. Well, for both operations, you got to take the shock cord out of the tubes. Just strip all the shock cord out of there, because this thing packs up like a big tent or something. You know, it's like 14 inches long and like 4 inches wide. It's like packing a tent. It's ridiculous. You can't put that much space, stuff in your backpack. So it just packs up too big. So you strip the shock cord out of all the tubes so that you can pack the tubes up like this. And this is just the feet, but you do the same thing with the other tubes. And see how it's just a neat little vertical, horizontal flat pack there. And the way that works is just with one of these little Velcro. This Velcro strap is made by the Velcro company, and of course they make the best Velcro. And it's 0.03 ounces per strap. So 3 of these is like 0.1 ounces. And you just crazy glue some popsicle sticks, 2 popsicle sticks, onto the fuzzy side of the strap. And you just cut the popsicle stick to equal the width. Is that to equal the width? You know, it's just a hair shorter than the width of the pipes. You don't want the popsicle stick to reach the very end of the pipe. Just give it a few millimeters before the edge of the pipe to allow the Velcro strap to round off over each end, so that you can pull the strap nice and tight and get that nice tight package that I showed you. Now, the problem with removing the shock cord from the feet is that the shock cord actually prevents the chair from breaking. The plastic housing, this part that you put the feet in, will bust if the leg comes out of that plastic housing a few millimeters and you're sitting on the chair. That puts a different angle on the plastic housing, and the plastic housing will bust. So the shock cord is required to pull the leg nice and tight up inside that plastic housing. So what you have to do, and you don't have to worry about the top of the chair busting without shock cord, because the fabric, the chair seat, the fabric itself pulls all of the top poles together in a way that applies a bit of stress on all of the poles so that they're snug and they don't slip out. But the legs, of course, will just slip out. So the way that you want to put a bit of shock cord in them is here. I'll just pull one of these out. I gotta show you everything. Okay, this is a silicone straw from the grocery store. It's sticky, and I just cut it long enough so that I can fold it and push it, and this is how big the straw is. And I just fold it and push it, and then if I twist it and fiddle with it, I can push it back in there, and then maybe use a chopstick to, or whatever, to finish pushing it in there. And it only has to go in there a little bit, and it sits in there pretty tight, so that when you pull on the shock cord, you have to really pull on it quite hard to remove this plug. And so it allows you to put two legs in on one side, right, into those plastic housings, and then you can just tie these shock cords together, and don't pull them 100% tight, because that'll be so tight that the shock cord will come out. But you can pull them 80-90% tight if you have a similar silicone straw like I've got, and it's folded like this. Okay, and so you can pull these pretty tight and just tie a little bow. You loop this side and then put that other one in there, and just tie a little loop knot in there that you can just easily untie, and that'll apply enough pressure onto those shock cords that the legs are in there snug and they won't slip down those few millimeters, causing the chair to bust. Okay, so and the other thing that you do with this feet operation is the plastic bottoms on these Chair Zeros are these huge plastic, hard plastic ends that they weigh an ounce, and this chair's you already don't buy it because it's 17 ounces. But here they've put an ounce onto this thing with those big plastic ends, which don't do any service to the chair because the chair still sinks into the ground anyway. But you do want some little bottom on the chair, just so that rocks don't, apply hard and negative pressure onto the metal. So you just put some little rubber. I just got these ends from a TV tray, like just off some little object, and so I just put these on here, and I crazy glued them on there with crazy glue that's good for plastic and metal. But you've actually got to sand the paint off of these tubes in order for the crazy glue to stick. Okay, so still this chair sucks to carry, because it's so even though you've got all of the tubes packed up into neat little lines, even though you can pack the canvas seat, fold it up and stuff it into a